Welcome back to page 121. Today I'm going to take a look at the old Journal of Travelers Aid Society, issue 6, which cost all of $2 back when it was published. This is one of the first ones I remember reading. I think the first one I actually read was JTAS 9. That's the war issue. But I do remember reading this one very early. This is property of Grenadier Models Incorporated, Springfield, Pennsylvania. That's interesting. And then when we open it up, the first thing we see is an ad for the Traveler line published by GDW, Game Designers Workshop out of Normal, Illinois. And there we have our fine table of contents. Let's see when this guy was published. 79, 80. Copyright 1980. Wow. A long, long time ago. And we get a nice editorial from the management, from Lauren K. Wiseman. Lauren was the editor for all the issues of JTAS. And we get a note here that Travelers available through GDW distributors in the UK and Australia. That's pretty cool. Just detected various products that are of interest to Traveler fans. There we go. Time Lag, a game. War of the Worlds. Starfire 2. I'm always a little surprised Starfire is that old. Starfire is an old, venerable tabletop space game. I've never played it. I may have to pick up the PDF of that one of these days. I think it's on drive-thru. Then we get Traveler's News Service. I always love Traveler News Service. One of my favorite features out of the journal. Short one here, and we're in the year 1106. Fleshing Out the Belt by Roberto Camina. And this is the return to the Belter book and another look at some of the stuff that was presented in there. And of course, conglomerates, pirates, espionage, all the stuff Traveler lives for. Lloyd's of London, Marketplace Branch. That's pretty cool. Okay. The Imperial Interstellar Scout Service. A deeper look at the Scout Service. I love the old artwork, the pen and ink. I'm not sure who did this. Let's see if it's in the artist in this issue. Is that a Keith brother? Page 12. Nope. Who did page 10? Page 10. Yep, William H. Keith Jr. I love the old pen and ink Traveler stuff from the Keiths. The Imperial Interstellar Scout Service by Lauren Wiseman and Mark Miller. So there you go. Kind of straight from the horse's mouth and a deeper look at the IISS. I love the Scouts. One of my favorites. And then the following 12 pages are the first of a three-part installment detailing the major modifications to High Guard from 1979. So these are some repairs to the rules. So we get the nice High Guard section, which you can lift out. They purposely published it right in the middle, so you can just bend the staples out, pull it out, and put it in with your High Guard, which is pretty darn accommodating of them. So just some various fixes for High Guard. And then we have an ad. Are you rich? Really wealthy? Rolling in it? If you are so rich that you can afford to buy every new game that comes out. If you're that rich, turn the page. Otherwise, keep reading. Affordable stuff from the Space Gamer from Austin, Texas. Huh. Was my check for 1 year, 12 issues, $21. Wow. Amber Zone, Ticket to Swords. This is looks like it's a Sword Worlds thing for like a mercenary ticket. The Amber Zones are a lot of fun. Any Amber Zone can just be so much fun. You can end up doing multiple games out of just one little Amber Zone. Then we have an ad for the Complete Strategist, which is kind of over part of the article. That's interesting. Fantasy Game Center, Wargame Headquarters of Greater New York. Huh, that's funny that's over that. It's like a business card that they Xeroxed onto there. The Travelers Stock Exchange. Stock exchange is kind of interesting. I've long pondered how the heck a stock exchange would work in a interstellar polity that is limited by communication is limited by the speed of travel. I've often wondered how that would work. So we get a look from Stan Mullins about how it would work. That's kind of neat. Another nice Amber Zone, Loggerheads. I remember this one. I like this one. Another ad for Complete Strategist. That is over part of the article. Then we get an ad with a toll-free number, 1-800 War Games West from Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's cool. Model 317 pressurized shelter for the ship's locker. I love ship's lockers. These are so helpful as you're fleshing out your campaign. This is the kind of thing that still translates nicely into Mongoose. And then we go to Starship, miniature Starship models from El Navco in Bellhaven, Virginia. An ad for Group 1. I like Group 1. I have a lot of their products. Approved for use with Traveler. Group 1 was out of Decatur, Illinois. And then the Complete Strategist. Decatur, Illinois, interestingly enough, the original home of the Chicago Bears, when they were known as the, wait for it, Decatur Staleys. Then we have the Complete Strategist, Montclair, New Jersey. And then Winter War. The Conflict Simulation Society of the University of Illinois will hold their annual Winter War Convention at Lincoln Square Mall, Urbana. Huh. That's cool. Group 1 had some nice stuff. It's kind of primitive by today's standards, but it was still some fun stuff. The Bestiary by Roger Moore, Uplifted Dolphins. The old Commandy comic had uplifted dolphins, not uplifted, but intelligent dolphins as part of the one of their stories. And I had read those before I ever read this, and I liked Roger Moore's take on it. Roger Moore was a very prolific writer for role-playing in the early days, best known for his work with Dungeons & Dragons. And then we round out with some ads. Different Worlds, magazine of game role-playing, and they are out of Albany, California. I have 1 or 2 issues of Different Worlds. And then a preview for next issue. Issue 7 promises Champa Interstellar Starport, The Closest Encounter, Dolphins 2. I'll have to get that issue. Oh, wait, I've got it. Welcome to Lay Sector. Judges Guild, one of the earliest things I actually ever owned for Traveler was some of the Judges Guild stuff, and specifically the Sector books. I sought those out because I didn't have anything like that. That was really cool. And then current Traveler releases, promising more to come. Forthcoming in early 81, collection of articles and situations you missed earlier. Wow, that's really cool. And then the back cover, Martian Metals 15mm miniatures for Traveler. Don't know if I have any of these. I don't think I do. 15mm is tiny, especially in these days where everything is pretty much around 28mm. But even then, stuff was around 25mm, and they're pretty small. I have some D&D 15mm figures. In fact, my wife uses one for one of her Magic users. But I don't know if I have any of the Traveler Martian Metals. So Martian Metals was out of Gulfport, Mississippi. So that's it. Just a quick look, because the center of this issue was the fix for Highguard. There wasn't a ton of stuff in here, but all of it useful. I do remember reading this. I remember reading the Highguard stuff and being a little confused because I didn't have Highguard yet. So I started reading it and went, okay, I got to wait until I get Highguard. But there you have it. That's just a little trip down memory lane going back to 1980 for Journal of Traveler's Aid Society for $2. So let me know what you think. If you like the old JTAZs, if you like me thumbing through these. I like them, especially right now with my health situation. These are easier videos for me to do. So I'm going to be leaning into this a little bit until I'm feeling closer to 100%. But that's all I've got today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please leave any comments below. Like and subscribe if you would. Take a look at the Patreon. Help me out there. Existing patrons, I want to say thank you again. And that's all I've got, and I'll see you next time on page 121.